An argument broke out between George S.R. and Mary in young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 5 of Frankenstein's Monster and a Crazy Church Guy. Even though Mary missed her husband, they quickly resumed their argumentative ways. Mary had recently returned from Germany. Mary hardly ever mentioned George S.R. On The Big Bang Theory in a positive light, George and Mary would naturally be at odds before his tragic demise, even if the prequel hasn't always adhered to the time frame given in young Sheldon. She didn't have a good impression of her spouse after all. The young Sheldon authors could be mitigating the impact of the patriarch's passing by jeopardizing George and Mary's marriage. We examine young Sheldon's preparations for George Cooper's passing and the reasons behind his disruptions between Sheldon's parents in Season 7. We also talk about the Big Bang Theory character Sheldon's mother's feelings toward his father. In the 6th season of young Sheldon, Mary and George were no longer together. While George S.R. stayed in Medford with his family, Mary and Sheldon were gone in Germany. Their marriage only became better with distance between them as they began to miss each other a lot. The pair loved writing letters to one another even when phones were accessible in the 1990s. They are reminded of their early days while George was serving in Vietnam by this romantic gesture. They were able to recognize their genuine affections for one another by making the effort to keep in contact. The romance returned to Mary and George's relationship after they were reunited. Despite the fact that Season 7 introduces the idea of George cheating, Sheldon's miscommunication is revealed to have occurred. Sheldon informs Penny in The Big Bang Theory that he heard his father cheating, which is why he began to knock before going inside. After hearing noises coming from his parents' bedroom, adult Sheldon revealed in the comedy that he returned home when his mother was studying the Bible. It was George and another woman when he opened the door. Sheldon's father met his gaze, and he quickly fled to his bedroom, promising never to speak about it to anyone else. Though Sheldon sees his parents together in this moment in young Sheldon, he is unable to identify his mother because of her outfit. However, the married couple's arguments quickly resurface. Mary and George S.R. argue about Mary's gift to the megachurch in the 6th episode of young Sheldon's 7th and final season. George and Meemaw are astonished when Mary decides to give $50 to a TV preacher. Young Sheldon's 7th season is set to feature the sad and heartbreaking death of George S.R. The impact of his father's passing cannot be overstated, even though young Sheldon doesn't always agree with the narrative that adult Sheldon tells. In The Big Bang Theory, an adult Sheldon reveals that his father passed away when he was around 14 years old. In the current young Sheldon season, this will place him at the appropriate age. To get viewers ready for what was to come, the previous season was full with clues about his impending demise. Lance Barber, who plays George, discussed how he was mentally readying himself for the forthcoming plot during the Television Critics Association press tour. Since I was aware of the character's past from the start, I crossed my fingers that I would live to see the conclusion whenever it happened. From the beginning, I felt that I had the advantage of being emotionally ready for this. While there are currently no known details behind George's passing, the program has previously made references to health problems. George has previously experienced mild heart attacks, and there have been hints on The Big Bang Theory that his passing was unexpected and abrupt. Chuck Lorre believes that young Sheldon's executive producers will do George's tale justice, even if they have made it plain that they are not tied to The Big Bang Theory's plotline. The producer said, "I think that kind of hubris gets in the way of doing a good job."